Disclaimer: this video contains excessive profane language. If you have children in the room, or if you're easily offended by such language, please refrain from watching the video. I don't want you to subject yourself to tireless typing to explain to me why you don't like my speech. Have a good day. I'm not one of those types of people who feel like we need to get the courts involved if he is doing what he's supposed to do as far as taking care of his child. However, Mimi said he's throwing her bones. The devil is a motherfucking liar, okay? Stevie J's out here flexing out in the motherfucking streets, but you mean to tell me he is throwing you bones? Okay, girl? Hell no to the no, no, no. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 5, Episode 14, Confessions. Girl, if you enjoy these ratchet reality television show reviews, please consider giving this video a thumbs up. Also, if you just so happen to be new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button because we have a whole lot of fun around up through these parts. Also, I go into the whole dibs about the whole entire episode and we break this shit down piece by piece. That's what we do around here, girl. So let's go ahead and get into it. Now, I can honestly say that I really did enjoy this episode. Maybe it was because it was a whole lot of ratchetness throughout the entire episode, but I really did enjoy the entire episode. It starts out, okay, we're still at the fucking park with Carly Red and Life fucking Jennings, okay? We finally see what's going to happen with this ring that Life pops open, okay? He pops open the ring and he's all like, you know, this is a promise ring, and this is the promise that you ain't gonna never find another nigga like me. Now look, let me tell you a little bit of something, okay? Well, first of all, he told her she can keep the ring, but she can't keep him because she's not the type of chick that he would want to be around his kids. Now, Life, look, okay, I ain't saying, I'm just saying, but ain't you a woman beater? Ain't you the same dude who went to prison for chasing your ex down the road, running her off the road and whooping her ass? If I'm not mistaken, I think you did that. So you low-key reaching talking about some she not the type of chick that you would want around your children because yeah, like I said, you got a whole lot of shit that you need to handle within yourself. So you need to calm down on that whole little front right there. She done took off her shoes. She chasing him all out in the grass and shit, girl. They exchanged words, but pretty much all in all, he gave her this ring as a promise ring, making folks think that he finna pop the question to her. We had to literally wait how many fucking episodes to get this for him to basically tell her this is a promise ring and he's breaking up with her? Whatever, okay? So Life and Carly Red are null and void. They are no longer. Arian is meeting up with D. Smith because if you guys are late to the party, you wouldn't know that Arian decided to approach D. Smith with the proposition of basically helping her to get her singing career off of the ground. D. Smith agreed and, you know, all that good shit. So Arian is meeting D. Smith in the studio thinking she's about to, you know, get down with the get down, okay? But little does Arian know, D. Smith has a vocal coach that she wants Arian to meet up with to help her with her vocals, because I don't know about y'all, but Arian is not the best singer in the world, in my personal opinion. I'm not saying that Arian sounds absolutely horrible, but Arian does have some work to do. As I say in all of my reviews, everybody's not meant to be a singer and everybody's not meant to be a rapper. And Arian, I do think that you have a lot of work to do, and I do not think that it was a bad idea for D. Smith to invite a vocal coach for you. Now, do I think that D. Smith was low-key shading your ass? I do. But at the same time, I really honestly and truly think that if you really want to have a successful music career, you do need a vocal coach. And the fact that you just stormed out of there because you feel some type of way, because you literally just want to just jump into it and probably expect to have a hit record just like that. No, Arian, pump your brakes. You need some work, okay? You do need some work. Now, Mama D is in the motherfucking studio looking a plum fucking food in that order. In that order. That shit was low-key kind of catchy, but Young Jock's in the studio with her because we already know that Lil Scrappy already done told her, Mama, look, I ain't fooling with you on that level talking about no damn album, okay? But Young Jock agreed to work with her and he got her in the studio singing some shit, and it is low-key kind of catchy, I'm not gonna lie. Now, in the meantime, between time, Young Jock invites Jay Slick, aka J Nick, down to the studio because he decides that he ready to tell him about him and Amber, okay? So Young Jock is going all around the world, bouncing all over exactly what he's trying to tell Jay Slick. Jay Slick like, man, come on, okay, ain't nobody got time for you to be lollygagging and shit. What you got to tell me? But Jay Slick stands up like he about to do something to Jock, okay? Jock like, look, you know, Amber, you know, she went there. I mean, she went there. He was like, man, you trying to tell me you smashed my chick? Now, at this particular point, Young Jock is thinking that Jay Slick is about to throw them bows. But, bitch, you already knew, okay? Young Jock, you already knew that y'all wasn't finna throw no bows, okay? Y'all done practiced this shit 45,000 times. But it's okay, you know, just for the storyline. I guess we can keep with this whole little scenario. Jay Slick doesn't get upset at the fact that Young Jock then smashed Amber. Jay Slick is trying to get up in Tiara draws. So he feels like this is the perfect exit strategy for him to get out from under Amber, to basically throw it in her face that she slept with Young Jock. That way he can have an excuse to fool around with Tiara, because that's the type of shit that they do in Atlanta. Young Jock, of course, tells him, you know, she got this whole cosmetic thing going. I want to be there to support her. Jay Slick like, ooh, this is the perfect opportunity for me to bring Tiara into the picture so she can see Tiara, so that way I can slide out from up under her motherfucking ass. My thing is this, sir, okay? Why did you need an excuse to get out from up under her? If you feel some type of way, you should have just told her, look, Amber, okay, you're a little too thottish for me. It's time for me to exit stage left. I mean, clearly, this goddamn good waist and juice and shit all in your homeboy's lap, rubbing all on his balls and shit. That was the time for you to exit stage left right then and right there. Tammy's at her studio doing her whole little design thing for her new swimsuit line. And of course, her girl Bambi is going to be one of the models that is going to be modeling some of her swimsuits. So of course, she shows up to the studio and she decides to take her outside so they can have a little bit of girl talk. And of course, the conversation of Waka Flocka came up, and that's when Tammy decided to go ahead and tell Bambi that her and Waka are going to be separated. Because remember, in the last episode, she was pretty much just telling Bambi that her and Waka were going through some things. But in this episode, she actually went ahead and told her that her and Waka are actually going to be separating. And of course, Bambi was like, no, bitch. She was like, girl, it's time for me to, you know, it's time for me to move on. And if me and Waka get back together, we get back together. She does say that they're not getting a divorce right now. And hopefully it doesn't get to the point where they actually have to get a divorce. But Waka Flocka has a lot of growing up to do, and she doesn't want to be in the house while they're on this whole separation thing. So she also told Bambi that she also found her a little townhome for her and her kids to go to while her and Waka going through whatever the fuck they're going through. And Bambi was like, girl, you strong as fuck, because when I was going through my thug thizzle, breaking up with a dude, you know, my heart was all entangled and shit. I felt like I was on my deathbed. And I'm pretty sure, ladies, we have all been there where you have broken up with a dude and you just literally felt like, I ain't just gonna say a dude, you probably broke up with your husband, y'all going through a separation or divorce, and you feel like it is literally the end of the fucking world. But the fact that Tammy is able to hold her own and keep it moving, she said it best. I can't sit there and waddle in this shit, okay? This dude, he putting his career first. He's still doing everything that he needs to do as far as his career is concerned. I can't just be sitting at home laying in the bed crying and shit, even though I understand that being a woman, our emotions are a little bit different than men's emotions. But at the same time, I have to do what I need to do for myself and for my career and move the fuck on. So I don't have time to sit in the bed and cry. So shout out to you for being a strong woman and deciding that you just gotta continue to go on with your life regardless of the situation that you're in, Tammy. So big ups to you for that. K. Michelle is rehearsing. She's shading the fuck out D. Smith and Betty Boop. You know, I have my reservations about D. Smith and Betty Boop. Of course, I don't hate them because I don't know them, but I just think they need to pump their brakes a little bit. But she's in there shading the fuck out of them. Now, Arian pops up because she wants to get a little bit of advice from her friend. But to be brutally honest with you, Arian low-key want to come there because she wants to get up in K. Michelle's head a little bit. Because y'all know, if you don't know, last season, Arian low-key, was it last season or season before last? I don't remember. But anyway, Arian auditioned for K. Michelle to be one of K. Michelle's background singers, but I'm gonna talk about that in a second. She tells her about the whole situation with D. Smith and how she doesn't think that it is the right time for her to work with D. Smith. And Arian, like I said, again, Yes, D. Smith was low-key shading your ass, but you do need a vocal coach. You are not a person who is ready to just get out there and just automatically be on the stage singing and having people rocking to your shit. Like I said, girl, everybody's not meant to be a singer, and that is okay. K. Michelle lets us know, girl, look, you auditioned for me last year, and that shit was horrendous, okay? That shit was horrendous. You can't sing in the background with me on nobody's stage, okay? You got a whole lot of work to do. But of course, she tells her, Kay, I'm a different person now. I have grown. I don't know what type of, how your vocals have grown in 2 years. I do not know, girl, especially if you have your reservations about having a vocal coach, and those little high notes that you was doing in the studio with D. Smith and the vocal coach dude, you got a whole lot of work to do. But like I said, K. Michelle said by her being her friend, she will allow Arian to shadow her, because she doesn't think that Arian knows how much work goes into being a solo artist and how much work you really have to put into this. And Arian, it seems to me like Arian thinks all it takes is you going into the studio, you singing some records and making a whole lot of fucking money, you getting on stage performing a couple of times. Arian, again, you have a whole lot of work to do, and it is okay if singing is not your fucking calling, okay? I understand that is what you want to do, and I am all for, like K. Michelle said, I am all for people going after their dreams, doing whatever it is that they desire to do. But at the same time, everybody has a calling. And if singing is not your calling, singing is not your calling, regardless of whether or not that's what you want to do. If it's not what you were put here to do, it just ain't gonna work out for you. Stevie J is having a pool party down there in LA, because y'all know it's Grammy weekend. And he got everybody down there. You got Jocelyn, and of course you got his side chicks there, which is Jessica Dime. You also got Carly Red. You have Tierra. I mean, the whole crew is at this pool party. Everybody and their mama. Now at this pool party, Jessica Dime is there and she's chilling with Tierra. Like I said, these chicks just met, but they are all of a sudden, all of them are BFFs, and they feel some type of way if this person doesn't tell them about what this person is doing. Girl, I met you 5 minutes ago, okay? Why the fuck should my loyalty be up here for you when I just met you 5 minutes ago? And shit, bitch, I only known you for 2 months, so shit, these motherfuckers acting like we done known each other for years. But as I said, Jessica Dime is sitting there with Tierra, and Carly Red shows up. Now, Carly Red is all ready to spill the beans to her girl Jessica Dime, because we know Jessica Dime is the person who told Carly Red in the beginning that Life Jennings was married. Carly Red tells Jessica Dime, look, girl, I asked him, he not married. And Jessica Dime like, you know, girl, dudes lie, okay? Are you sure he not married, or is that just some shit that he told you that he's not married? She was like, nah, he's not married, but girl, this is the killer. He pulls out this ring. And then, of course, she goes into the whole spiel about what happened with Life and how they broke up and all this type of shit. Okay, girl? But after all of that, Carly Red, at the unopportune fucking time, why you deciding that you want to spill the beans to somebody at somebody's fucking pool party? I don't know. But I know that's some Mona Scott shit. But she points at Tierra and said, oh, I got something to tell you. Like, Tierra's your fucking friend. You and Tommy were the ones who was hanging together. Not you and Tierra, girl. Not you and Tierra. But all of a sudden, you and Tierra are the best of friends again. So Carly Red tells her, look, I just wanted to tell you that, you know, I was fooling around with Scrap. She was like, who, Lil Scrappy? Okay, girl, don't play dumb. You know damn well that girl ain't talking about no Lil Scrappy. She talking about Scrap. She was like, oh, no, your baby daddy. She was like, oh, really? So Carly Red goes into the whole spiel about, girl, look, you sent me the text messages talking about you was messing around with Jay Slick and you wasn't fooling around with Scrap no more. And Tierra's like, well, you know, I would think you would have enough respect for your friend to not go and just jump on his dick 5 minutes after I tell you I'm not fooling with him no more. Keyword there, girlfriend. Carly Red is not anybody's fucking friend. So, of course, shit hits the motherfucking fan. Carly Red calls her ratchet, telling her how, bitch, you still working a 9 to 5 like that's some type of a fucking insult. Girl, how is telling somebody they're still working a 9 to 5 an insult? But I guess if you're a professional whore, then I guess, you know, telling somebody that you still working a 9 to 5, I guess that is an insult to, you know, throwing it out there to somebody who works as a professional whore and they just work their way up in the industry. Because I don't know who the fuck you are, to be honest with you. You just hoard your way into some money and a little bit of reality television show fame. Tierra takes Carly Red's purse and throws it into the pool, and eventually Carly Red gets into her SUV and her driver drives the fuck off. Now it's time for Jessica Dime and Jocelyn to get into their whole little scuffle. Jessica Dime walks over and she sees Jocelyn up on the balcony with Stevie J, and she speaks to her. And of course, Jocelyn like, girl, you seem to be really happy to be around my husband. She was like, well, girl, last I heard, y'all wasn't married. And of course, Dawn is up there because we know that Dawn and Jocelyn are back being BFFs, even though last year Dawn was the one out there putting this shit in all of the blogs that Jocelyn and Stevie J really weren't married. So of course Jessica Dime like, girl, word on the street is y'all motherfuckers not married. They're exchanging words. Jessica Dime calls Dawn the fucking help. They end up, exchanging words, all this type of shit. They come down off of the balcony like they're about to bust a motherfucking grave. Of course, you got a million security guards there, so ain't none of that shit about to pop off. But Jessica Dime is literally running around the damn yard trying to get to Jocelyn and Dawn, but the damn security guards ain't having this shit. Just, the whole time, Jocelyn just looking at this motherfucker like, whatever. So Jocelyn gets in the pool, starts twerking, while Jessica Dime is literally running around the yard like a chicken with the head cut off. And security eventually puts Jessica Dime out of the pool party, while Jocelyn, Dawn, and the rest of the thotty thoughts that's at CBJ's party, they're in the pool twerking. Now we have Mimi and her new BFF, Tiara, okay? And they are riding somewhere. It really doesn't fucking matter. They probably just riding up the street for this particular scene. Y'all know how Mona Scott do. But anyway, they're in the car and they're discussing whatever the fuck they're discussing. Of course, Tiara already didn't spill the beans to Mimi about the shit that happened between her and Carly Red down there at Stevie J's pool party the day or so before. And they get into the whole spiel about Mimi and Stevie J. And Tiara asks Mimi if Stevie J pays child support, and Mimi says no, that he throws her a couple of bones from time to time, but he doesn't really pay her child support. Now, ladies, I'm one of these types of people, okay? I'm not the type of chick that would just run to the courthouse and put a dude on child support if he is, in fact, helping me take care of our child. I'm not one of those types of people who feel like we need to get the courts involved if he is doing what he's supposed to do as far as taking care of his child. However, Mimi said he's throwing her bones. The devil is a motherfucking liar, okay? Stevie J's out here flexing out in the motherfucking streets, but you mean to tell me he is throwing you bones? Okay, girl? Hell no to the no, no, no. What I'm finna do is I'm finna carry my black ass on up to this courthouse, and he gonna pay like he motherfucking way. You either going to help me take care of this child and stop flexing out here in the streets on these motherfucking strippers and shit, or we gonna have to get these white folks involved down there at the courthouse. I ain't saying, I'm just motherfucking saying. So, Mimi, while you sitting there worried about who the fuck Stevie J got other children by and what chicks he's fooling around with and all this type of shit, no, ma'am. You need to be concerned about whether or not he's helping you take care of Eva. Because it appears to me like you're basically insinuating that he doesn't really help you with Eva, as your own word said, is that he throws you bones. She also tells Tiara that she's seeing someone else. Tiara, of course, asks her who it is. She tells her it is a woman now. The Shade Room spilled this tea a little while ago. It's some chick named Tamara Young. I'll have that picture over on my ThickChickVlogs like page if you guys want to see who this Tamara Young chick is. Tamara Young actually posted a photograph of her and Mimi on her Instagram, but she deleted that shit with the quickness when the people who were following her asked her, is that Mimi? Is that Mimi? She went ahead and deleted the photo. I guess Mimi was like, bitch, you can't be fucking spoiling the motherfucking shit, girl. Don't nobody supposed to know me and you really fucking around that. Me and Chris weren't really fooling around like that. It's actually me and you that's fucking around, okay? They weren't supposed to know this, but Tamara put the picture up on her Instagram, but Mimi, I guess, was like, bitch, take that shit down with the quickness, and she took it down, but not before, of course, people got screenshots of that shit real fast. But again, if you want to see the photograph of this chick and Mimi, head on over to my ThickChickVlogs like page on Facebook. The link is in the description box. So remember, K. Michelle has agreed to allow Arian to follow her around for an entire week so Arian can see that it's not all glitz and glam being a music artist. It's a lot of work, and it takes a lot of time and a lot of patience and a lot of blood, sweat, and tears and losing a whole lot of sleep. So K. Michelle is performing somewhere. I don't even know exactly where it is, what city it is, whatever, okay? But she's performing somewhere. And of course, Arian is there shadowing her. Now, once the show is over, K. Michelle leaves out, and of course you got people that are outside waiting, because anytime you have an artist who is performing somewhere, a lot of times you have fans who will wait out near the cars or wherever the singer is going to be coming out at, so they can get a glimpse of them, so they can get pictures and all this type of shit. So K. Michelle comes out, people are speaking to her, she gets into her SUV, and Arian's nowhere to be found. So she gets in there, and of course people are like, okay, we got to wait on such and such, such and such. And K. Michelle is like, look, people run up on cars, shoot them motherfuckers up all the time, etc., etc. We can't wait on nobody. I told them what time to be here, what time we gotta leave. So she tells her driver to drive off, and this chick leaves Arian behind. Now, I'm not trying to be fucking funny, but K. Michelle, you wrong as fuck for that, okay? Because you could have easily got on the phone and been like, girl, where you at? We out here. You could have waited 5 minutes on that girl, okay? You could have waited 5 minutes. So that was fucked up. K. Michelle, you leaving that girl behind, and literally 30 seconds later, Arian comes lollygagging out of the building, but K. Michelle is long gone, and she's going to end up having to call a motherfucking Uber or whatever the fuck she's going to have to call. And of course, Arian's like, damn, I wouldn't have never left my friend behind like that, and I would not have either. Like I said, K. Michelle could have easily got on the phone and called Arian and was like, look, girl, where the fuck you at? We out here. We got to go. You got 2 minutes to be out this motherfucker, or you left. But I don't think she should have just left her like that. Now, J Slick chick, Amber, this bitch is selling cosmetics. Now, I don't mean to call her a bitch, but you know how I talk, okay? This chick is selling cosmetics again. Everybody got to hustle down in Atlanta. Like I said, get it how you motherfucking live. I ain't hating on nobody hustle. Do what the fuck you got to do. But anyway, Amber's selling cosmetics. And if you saw that damn table, that table looked mighty fucking scarce, okay? That table looked mighty fucking scarce. So, I don't know if she really selling cosmetics or if that's some shit that Mona Scott went and bought from the store and just put it on the table and just used that as a storyline. I don't know. But anyway, she's supposedly selling cosmetics. Now, Young Jock is there, of course, supporting her. They playing around. She putting lip gloss on his lips and shit. Now, in the meantime, between time, Jay Slick, because remember, Jay Slick and Young Jock developed up a plan that Jay Slick is going to pop up at Amber's, this whatever the fuck it is, launch party, whatever the fuck it is. He's going to show up there with Tiara to basically, I guess this is going to be the way for him to slide out from up under Amber. So he walks in with Tiara, and she was like, why would you bring this bitch to my shit? Okay, basically talking about Tiara. Now, Tiara is like, girl, where your pole at? Okay, where your pole? She was like, girl, where you work? Because you know that, I guess, part-time, Tiara works at this strip club, whatever, as a waitress. Tiara throws hits Amber in the head, and y'all, it's just, what the fuck ever, okay? That is a whack-ass fucking storyline. But like I said, I understand that Mona Scott has to put Tiara somewhere in the equation, because next season, she's going to have a storyline. And again, I guess her storyline is going to be the fact that she's fooling around with Jay Slick now, and she's beefing with this Amber chick. But that shit is getting old as fuck. But yeah, she throws hit this chick in the head. The girl screaming and yelling at her. They leave. Tammy is having her fashion show for her swim line, and of course her girl Bambi is walking in her fashion show. You have Rashida's there. Deb ends up showing up, and they're just all having a good old time. Tammy, it looks like her swimsuits, they look really, really good to me. I don't know a whole lot about fashion, but to me they look good. After it's all said and done, Bambi is backstage, Rashida's backstage, and they're showing support for Tammy. And of course, Rashida, not knowing, Rashida asks her, girl, where Waka at? And she tells her, we're separated. And of course, Rashida's like, damn, because of course, if you sit there and you ask somebody about somebody, you don't know anything about it, and they tell you, oh, just like if you ask somebody about a person and they tell you, oh, that person's dead, you feel bad as fuck, because you're like, oh my God, I did not know this person is dead. And if somebody tell you, girl, we get into a divorce, or girl, we separate, you're gonna feel like, damn, I shouldn't have, I spoke too fucking soon. You start feeling a little bad that you even bought the shit up. So Tammy, of course, starts crying, and they're all consoling her. And we know that Rashida went through what the shit that she went through before with Kirk. So, we all as women, we can relate to that. And I'm not going to lie, I shed a couple of tears during that scene, because I done been through some fuck shit with dudes in my past. So I know how hard it is going through some shit like that when a dude is dogging you the fuck out and not understanding how much that shit is hurting you. And that shit made me shed a tear too. I'm not going to lie. Lil Scrappy comes backstage with a bouquet of roses to give to Bambi, putting on the charm and shit, telling her how much he misses her and he done had his fun out there in the streets and he want his boo back. And I'm so proud of Bambi by not just sitting there and just, okay, I want you back too. Even though she said in the confessional that she misses Lil Scrappy as well. You know, you can't just sit there and just fall back into a dude's arm, because sometimes they will feel like they can just do whatever the fuck they want to do, and you just fall back into their arms and they'll continue to do the shit because they feel like they can just bring you a bouquet of roses and everything will be all comfy cozy again. So I'm glad she told him that, you know, you got to start showing me that you want me to be your boo, and not just sit there and think you can bring me some roses and everything will be okay. So shout out to you, Bambi, for that. Deb come backstage where Tammy is, and Tammy takes her and sits her down, and you know, at first she tells Tammy that she wasn't going to come because she felt a little bit out of place. I guess she felt like, you know, my son did you how he done you. I just really don't feel right coming here, even though Walker told her, Mama, you got to go and support her, because Walker Flock is out of town doing his thing right now. But he still wanted his mom to go and support Tammy, and she came, and like I said, Tammy is Deb's daughter. I mean, they really look at each other like mother and daughter. And Tammy told her, you know, I found me a little townhouse, I'm moving out. And Deb was like, I can't really take this right now. She starts breaking down, and I know that shit hurts her, you know. And she was like, I'm so sorry. You can hear her through the microphone tell Tammy that she's sorry. I can only imagine having a son. I teach my child to respect women, and you know, of course you can't control what your child does in their marriage or in their relationship, but I know it hurts her to know that her son is hurting the daughter-in-law that she loves so much. So I know that she feels some type of way about that, but she breaks down, and you know, I guess it's just a sad situation that Tammy feels like she has to break up her entire family, because like I said, she loves Deb, her children loves Walker, and I'm pretty sure her children love Deb as well. So I just really honestly and truly hope that they can work it out, because I hate to see people actually break up their marriage. But at the same time, if Walker can't get right, then you know, she can always, Deb can always be in her life regardless of whether or not she's with Walker. So I really do honestly and truly hope that Walker can appreciate the type of chick that he has and do right. You know, they're separated right now, they're not divorced, so there's still a chance. But you can't just sit there and tell me you're not gonna do it no more, because you done told me that shit 1,001 times before. Okay, so now it's time to show and fucking prove. You can't just talk the talk right now, you gotta walk the fucking walk. So I hope that they work it out. But you guys let me know what you thought about this episode down in the comment section. Again, if you enjoy these ratchet reality television show reviews, please consider giving this video a thumbs up. Also, if you are new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.